Alright, so this is what I mean when I'm talking about these small Mayuki tubes. So this is what I get my beads in. I buy these at Michael's. And I just, when they're empty, I just take these off and I save them. And I try to get all the sticky off, but it doesn't matter. So this one's, the label's off. And this one's ready to go. It's still a little sticky, but it's fine. So I actually open them up, and I'm sorry if my voice is like going in and out, but I will take a dry wipey and I will shove it in the tube so I can see better. So this is like an example, one that I'm working on right now, and I just put the wipey down in there so I can see as I'm beating better. I actually ended up switching my tube because there was a crack in it and I didn't know. So, anyways, I put like a wipey or something in there so then I'm not looking at the other side of my beads while I'm beading along. So we're going to need some waist beads, and what I mean by waist beads is we're going to need a contrasting color to the colors we're using. So I'm using black, orange, white, and yellow. So I'm just going to use these for my starter waist beads, and we're going to need to have 34 of these beads strung on. So let's string on 34 beads, and I'll show you what to do next. Right, so I have strung on 34 beads, and I've double checked and counted and make sure that I have 34, and now I am just bringing it down so I have a little bit of a tail end, and this is my working thread and this is my tail. So we're gonna pick these up, and we're gonna take 2 tail working, so our working string, and we're gonna go back up through the first 2 beads that we strung on. And we're gonna get whatever, I try to say them together, a circle. And this is what we're gonna put on our tube. So it's at first it's gonna be a little bit of like really fiddly and weird, but it'll be fine. So I'm gonna try and zoom in a little bit so you can see better what I'm doing. So now that we have these on here, we are gonna try to hold the tail end tight, and place your fingers to keep them on there. So we're gonna start with the pattern, and we have to lay down black, a whole row of just black beads. And this is even count peyote, and it goes up by 2 rows. So this is how we started. So we went through our 2 beads, our first 2 beads that we put on, and now we're working. I work right to left, whatever's comfortable for you. But here's the 2 beads that we went through, and we are going to skip a bead, and then we're going to go into the next. Okay, there we go. And of course it wants to do that. No. And no. Ugh. Stay there. Alright, thank you. Alright, so now we are going to skip a bead. We're going to pick up a bead, and we're going to go into this next bead. Alright. We're going to skip a bead and go into the next bead. And you're just doing that all the way around, and when we get to the last 2 beads, I'll show you what to do. Okay, so I went all the way around with the the same sequence I was doing, which is skip a bead, going through a bead. And I have 2 beads left, and I'm going to pick up a bead, and I am going to skip this bead, and I'm going to go through this bead and this first black bead that we put down, because we have to step up to move on to the next round. So just through both beads like that. And then it's complete. And now we're ready to start the next one. Alright, so the first bead of our next one, I'm going to start from the right to the left of the pattern. So I'm going to do a black. Oh my goodness, I can't even get it in. There we go. Jesus. Alright, so a black. And then we're going to pick up a white. Bead. And then we're going to pick up a black bead and go through the beads that are just sticking up. So we're just going through the beads that we just put down, all the black beads that we just put down. So I have a black, a white, a black. And now I'm going to go on to the next thing, but I want to just show you the pattern real quick. Alright, so we did this whole black bottom, and now we're on the second one because we're going up by 2 rows, it looks like. So we did this, we did this one. So I just started here with the black one. So I went black, white, black, and now our next one's going to be black, and then white, and then black, and then black, and then pink, and then white, and then it'll be the same for this side that it was over here. Hopefully this makes sense. I know it's confusing. So I'm going to go black, white, black, black, white, black, black, pink, white, pink, black, black, and it's just gonna be the same, like it's mirroring, if you get what I'm saying. So let's continue. So I'm only gonna show you one side of each row, because like I said, it's basically it's mirroring the same thing. So we did black, white, black, and what is going on with my thread here? I don't know. Alright, I fixed it. So now it is black, and kind of try to like have a good tension when you're doing this. I know it's sliding all over the place, but it's going to. So now we're going to pick up a white bead and go through the next black bead that's sticking out. Black bead into the next black bead that's sticking out. And the last couple of videos that I've posted, I've done a voiceover, and I'm not doing a voiceover because it'll be way too difficult. So hopefully my baby sleeps and doesn't, she's taking a nap right now, so hopefully she stays sleeping. But if she wakes up, I'll have to stop and come back. So we've done black, white, black, black, white, black, and The next one is black. And then pink. But I'm actually going to be doing orange in this one. So you can do whatever color you want and, you know, mix, match colors, whatever. So I just did the design with pink, but I want to do it with orange. So I'm just changing the color. So orange. So then we're going to do white. Alright, so this is one half. So now you basically just go back and mirror the other side. So you're going to do orange, black, black, white, and just keep doing it in that sequence. So then white, and then black, black, white, black, and then this bead will be a black. So I'll show you what to do when you get to the end of this, because we have to step up for the next row. So just repeat what you did on this side, just do it backwards. Okay, so I've worked all the way until the last bead that I need to place, which is a black bead. And so we have to step up so we can go on to the next row. So we're going to place it into this black bead right here. And of course it wants to be a pain in the butt. It's so finicky. So if I can just get it to go in there. It's a little... Of course I only have trouble when I'm trying to record a video to show you, but... So there we go. So in this black bead, plus into the first or the second black bead we put down for this new row. So we're stepping up. And what is all this hairs from the felt? So we're stepping up and getting ready for our next row. And that's what it should look like. And now we're ready for our next row. So again, we just did this one, and then we moved up and did this one. So now we're doing this one. It moves over as you go along. So you'll bead in this direction, and you'll just bead around, and you'll end up starting here, and then at some point you'll be over here. It just goes up and up. So we just did these two. So now we're on our third one. So we're going to do white, white, pink, white, white, pink, pink, white, white, pink, and then it's just like it's just going to mirror from this side. So this is going to happen on the same but backwards on the other side. So I'm going to show you how to do from here to here, and then let you go on this side, just like I did in the last one. And I'm using orange, but it's fine. It doesn't matter what color you're using for pink, if you're using pink or orange. And it's so repetitive that you're gonna probably be able to pick it up, and you're not even gonna have to look at this design. So white. And the next bead is a white. Oops, I want to go in there. There we go. And then we're going to do an orange bead. Wrong way. There we go. Now we're going to do a white, and then a white. And these are the starting of the little flowers. What is happening here? Oh, better not. Anyways, then we're going to have a white one. going to be orange. Oh, I have the hiccups. Oh, goodness. And then orange again. Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of my hiccups, but it's not working. Ugh. And then white. Jeez. Whoa. Little Miss is over there making some sounds. Bowie. Shh, shh, shh. My cat is very vocal as well. So now we're just gonna repeat. Oh, jeez. Repeat this that we did over here. So white, orange, orange. Oh goodness, white, white. And I'm gonna try to get rid of these hiccups. Alright, so now we are gonna put. Oh, I still have the hiccups. I can't get rid of them. I'm gonna go through that black one. And the white one. Ooh. So we can step up for the next row. And now, this row, we're going to be putting our centers of our little daisies in. So with each, remember we started way over here, so we are working in like a diagonal form. Oh, sorry. So we're moving over one each time we complete a row. So we're going to do a yellow. And of course, crazy stuff's going on. Oh, sorry if you can hear the bell. It's telling me that it's what, noon? Is it noon? Yeah, it's noon. So it's going off. It goes off. I live in town. I don't know why. Oh, I know what I did here. I see. Accidentally went through this bead. Miss Ma'am over there is gassy. Oh my lord, these hiccups. I wish they would just go away. So I accidentally went through that little white bead instead of that one. So sorry about that. So there we go. Added our yellow. And now we need to do a black bead. On both sides of our orange. What in the world? Of course, all these crazy things are happening with my threads, but when I'm not on when I'm not on camera, so I'm black. Oh my goodness. I should just wait. I've tried. I cannot get rid of these hiccups. So just bear with me. So we left off black, and now we need a yellow center. Oh. Oh, so black. And then black. Oh, Missy's getting upset. And we're going to pick up an orange. Oof. You can start to see the pattern developing. So these will be orange lines. black lines, and then this will be a solid orange. So now we're at that part where this part mirrors this side. So just do what you did on this side, but backwards. And I think Little Miss is going to leave me a surprise on her diaper. Okay, so I just stepped up. Hopefully you have seen it enough times to know. So I stepped up into the white and the yellow. Oh, jeez. And now I'm starting on to the next one. And we've moved over. It'll be a white. An orange. A white. And a white. Oh my goodness. These hiccups. Orange. And because this pattern is so repetitive and I know what I'm doing, I'm not even looking at the pattern anymore. Like, I don't have to look. I know what bead goes where. Oops. An orange and... Oops. I mean, not an orange, a white. Jeez, I don't know why I said orange. And then another white. And then an orange. So you can see like where you gotta lay the color. So that's an orange, a white, an orange, a white, an orange, a white. And then you're stepping up. So a white into that yellow and white. And then the next one will be a black and a black. And then a white, a black, orange, white. So it's kind of repetitive and it's easy to see where you have to place the colors. Alright, so I finished up. I stepped up into that yellow and that white. I still have the hiccups. Moving on. So now we're going to have a black and a black. We're going to have a white. And then we are going to go with a black bead. Oops. So getting this first, it's basically like a setup row for your pattern. It falls all into place. There we go. Black. And now we're going to have another black bead. And then an orange bead. I'm over here fighting to get these beads on my needle. They're so tiny. Whoa! Bunch of like a traffic jam with a string. Thread, whatever. And then a white. And then an orange. And then a black, and then a black, and then a white. And then a black, and a black, and a white. A black, a white. And then you're stepping up into that white and that black right there to start the next one. Alright, I think my hiccups are finally gone. So now I finished that. I stepped up into the white and the black, and now we're going on. And we're going to need an orange, a black, a black, an orange, jeez, and string jam. Okay, now we're going to go with an orange, and then another orange, orange, and then another orange, another orange, and black, black. So, black, black, orange, black, black. What happened there? Something got messed up. Okay, I gotta fix that because it should have a black one there. And it should be an orange. It should be stepping through with an orange. So let me fix that. Alright, so I fixed it. I ended up going through a bead and missing a whole bead. I don't know how I did that, but whatever. See, I make mistakes too. It's fine. So now we're gonna pick up a black bead. And another black bead. And then we're gonna pick up a black bead. Another black bead. An orange bead. An orange bead. And then we're going to do another orange, and then a black, and a black, and a black, and a black. Black, 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 black. So we're doing we're just picking up, it's just the same thing, black, 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 orange, black, 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 and then we're going to step up through the orange and black, and then I'll show you how to do the next one. So hopefully you're getting it by now and you don't have to keep watching me do it, but it's, once you get this first, it's repetition, and it's so easy. Okay, and now we are going to do a black, this is the next row, black, this is actually the last, this is like our setup row. This is like the first black row, almost. It's almost like the first row that we did here. So, except we're not doing blacks here. We're doing orange. So, black, black. And then we'll be putting in orange here. So, we're not doing black all the way across, but it's basically the same setup as the first row. And then we'll be doing an orange here. An orange here. Orange. Another orange. And another orange. And then we'll be doing black, black, orange, black, black, orange. Black, black, orange. And then we'll step up and then we will start another flower. And that's what we're going to keep doing. We're going to keep doing that and fill up the whole tube with these. And then I will show you how to end it and tell you how many flowers I have repeating, because I didn't count how many flowers I was going to actually have. I just did it repeating until we had an end to. And then I'll show you what I do to the bottom. So I just went along and continued the sequence of each row, repeating the flower pattern, and I have 7 daisies going up to the top, and I am on my last row. And I wanted to show you, instead of putting orange, we're going to be putting black so it matches the bottoms. So we're going to start with the black bead. And then we're going to put another black bead. And then we're going to put another black bead, and then we're going to put a white bead. This is the last row of our flower. We're just completing this row. And then I ended up putting, I think 3 more black rows. I could be wrong. I had to do a voiceover, so I wasn't going to, but I ended up having to do one because the dog was being too loud. So, like always, if you have any questions, comment down below or find me on any of the social medias. And I'm going to be having this, the pattern on my Facebook page, so you can go there and save the picture of the pattern so you can follow along with it. And that is Handstone Treasures CO. It's on Facebook, so it's the same handle. It's just on Facebook. So this is the last white bead for this row of the flowers, and I'm gonna step up and I'm gonna put 2 rows of black beads, and you can't see because this video is out of frame, and I'm sorry about that, but excuse you. Sorry, my cat was getting into a bag. He's a silly cat. Anyway, so I put 2 rows of the black beads onto the thing. This cat, what are you doing? There's no room for you in that window. Get out of it. Anyway, so 2 rows of the black to finish off. And most of the time when I make these lighter cases or tubes, I just repeat the pattern until I'm to the end. And when I have, you know, a little room left over, I add just black rows. That's just something that I do. And plus, sometimes you can't really fit in another sequence of like a flower or anything. So I just fill up the space with the black beads or white or whatever color I'm using with whatever pattern. Now I use the Delicas for the tubes, but when I do lighter cases, I use the I don't even know what it's CZECH or something like that. I use those seed beads and Delicas combined because I've noticed that the Delicas have like so many varieties of colors, but they're so expensive compared to the other ones. So I use both, and it works out perfectly fine. But for the tubes, I just use the Delicas because it's a smaller thing, and I like how so uniform they are and how neat they work up. So I'm just taking off those waist beads that we put on in the beginning, and I don't use these waist beads for anything but waist beads because they turn my thread pink. They're the rose gold CZEC, whatever bead. They turn the string pink, and I don't like them, so I use them only for waist bead purposes. So I'm taking them off. And this last bead I could not get off, so like the thread was like stuck up in there. So I had to mess around with it. So now I have a whole new thread added on, and I am just going to add a whole row of just black onto the bottom before we can move on to our next step to complete the tube. And then we're going to add our deer leather, and we're going to change our needle to a sharps needle. So I'm going to use the same thread that I just used to add that last row of beads on to sew on my deer leather as well. And it's kind of hard to get the sharp needle through the deer leather, so I haven't found out an easier way. I could probably go through and poke holes, but I don't measure where I'm putting the holes. I just go through a good chunk. So what you're going to do is you're going to go up through the deer leather. And I usually get it through and then use a pair of pliers to pull it the rest of the way through because it's tough. This bad boy is tough to get through. Sorry. I'm telling you, I think I'm getting sick. And it's just starting to be peak summer season. And of course, I'm going to get like a cold because it's the hot, cold all over again. And I live in New York, so yeah. So you just put that on there and you pull it down through. And this is going to be a little bit difficult, but just work with it. It will work, I promise. Shh, Bowie, quiet down, kitty. So now you're just going to go up through the next bead over, and then you're going to go back up through the deer leather. It's going to like, I can't remember what this stitch is called. I want to say it's a blanket, but I don't think it is. I don't know what it is. And then you're going to go back up through the leather. Shh, 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 shh. I hear you, but you need to be quiet. I'm trying to do a voiceover. And meow means nothing, okay? They don't understand what meow is. So, anyways, see, it's just a little bit, it's finicky, just like starting it out. So you go back up through the deer leather, and then you just go over and you go right up through a bead. The next bead where there's no thread coming out of. And then you go back up through the deer leather, and then you go down and go through a bead, and then go back up. And that is how I sew on the bottom of the leather on my tubes. and on my lighter cases as well. And if anybody knows what this stitch I'm doing is called, please tell me down below, so I know for future videos or anything, or any questions people have. But that's all I do. And then once I get, you know, it all sewed on, I weave in my string through my beads, and so it won't come apart. And with the lighter cases, you know, you can pull your old lighters out and put a new lighter in. This is just gonna stay on there forever, and you're not gonna switch a tube because you don't have, I mean, if you're a beater, you're gonna be able to switch tubes, but people that are just gonna have the same tube, and then it's complete. You can put whatever you want inside of it, and it's cute. You can put a keychain on there, you can slap it on a necklace, you can do whatever you want with it. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and like I said before, if you have any questions, comment down below or find me on any of my socials. My handles are all the same, and thank you so much.